continuing to follow this breaking news. As you can see, the plane carrying Elias Abulazam just arrived on a chartered plane at Bishop International Airport in Flint. We've been waiting for his arrival. Abulazam came back to Michigan to face charges. The 33-year-old is accused of 14 stabbings in the Flint area. 5 of those people did not survive the attack. Abulazam is also suspected in similar stabbings, as we've told you, in Virginia and Toledo, Ohio.
He is expected to be arraigned at 3 o'clock this afternoon. He's going to be taken right to jail right as soon as he gets off of this plane. He waived extradition, and he had been arrested in Atlanta and on August 11th. He's 33 years old, an Israeli citizen, and as we mentioned, there have been 18 attacks in 3 states, 5 fatal in Flint, and we, of course, will keep you updated on this story.
Abulazam, of course, was working at a convenience store in the Flint area when these attacks started happening, and then he would travel to other areas, as we said, to Virginia and the Ohio area, and similar attacks happened. We also got word that a similar attack happened in his homeland of Israel, but no charges were ever brought against Abulazam. He is 33 years old, and a lot of people, of course, in the Michigan area were relieved once a suspect was captured. He has not been officially charged or convicted of anything as of yet. But again, you're looking at live pictures right there at Bishop International Airport in Flint, where he just arrived. I'm sure we're waiting for him to come off of this plane. A lot of officials were worried because he is a big man, so they wanted to take all of the precautions in bringing him back here to Michigan so nothing would happen on his return.
And as you'll remember, when he was arrested in Atlanta on August 11th, he was actually getting ready to board a plane to go back to Israel, and authorities in Michigan got a tip. They went to his workplace just outside of Flint and started putting the pieces together, and that's what led them to Atlanta to be able to get him off of the plane before he left the United States to go to Israel.
You see a police officer coming off of that plane right there. I'm sure that may be one of his attorneys coming behind him. Any moment, I'm sure Abulazam will be coming forward in handcuffs off of this plane right at Bishop International Airport in Flint.
And he will be...
there he is right there coming off. He has a bulletproof vest on, being handled by an officer there.
He's in handcuffs, and we also get word that he's also in shackles. He will be taken directly to the jail to be arraigned on this charge of assault. Now, he's only being arraigned on this one charge of assault at this point with intent to commit murder. As we mentioned before, there have been 18 attacks in Michigan and in Virginia and in Toledo, Ohio. In 3 states, 5 of those attacks were fatal in the Flint area.
And we must say that Abulazam's family in Israel have said that he is innocent and that they can't believe that he would do something like that. Even people in the Flint area by that convenience store said he never showed signs of being a violent person, but of course a young man who was stabbed by Abulazam and who fingered him and identified him said he was stabbed viciously several times, and we've seen the wounds straight down the guts of some of the victims who have survived, and again fingered Abulazam as the man who attacked them.
And authorities have been trying to investigate to see, he is a suspect at this time, but to see if there has been any motive as to why these stabbings may have occurred. He has been the prime suspect, like we said, since his arrest on August 11th, and he's going to be taking directly to the Genesee County Jail to be arraigned this afternoon at 3 o'clock.
Abulazam actually came here to Michigan to go to school on a visa. That's how he came from Israel, his homeland, to the States to actually attend college and to be educated here. Again, family members say he's innocent. People around him have varying I don't know, descriptions of Abulazam, but again, he just arrived at Bishop International Airport in Flint. He is being loaded onto this police van to be taken to court to face arraignment.
And authorities started putting the pieces together in the time frame by talking to his co-workers and the person who owns that convenience store where he worked right outside of Flint. In that the attacks in Virginia happened at a time when he was not working at that convenience store. And so in his uncle who rented the house to him outside of Flint, he's also been cooperating with authorities. So So anyway, he has now arrived in Flint. He's now been extradited back to Michigan, and he will be going to jail. He, as you saw him go off the plane, he is in shackles, he's in handcuffs, and also a bulletproof vest.
You'll recall that he was arrested in Atlanta as he prepared to board a flight to Tel Aviv, trying to go back to his homeland. He grew up in the northwest side of an Israeli city in a small Arab Christian community. He had been a suspect in a screwdriver stabbing earlier this year, but again, no charges were ever filed in that case. Now, here in the U.S., as we've said, Abu Lazem is suspected in 14 attacks in and around Flint, 3 attacks in Virginia, and 1 in Ohio. The victims were men ages 15 to 67. Most were black, but investigators don't know whether race was a motive in these stabbings.
Now, he's being charged with the stabbing on July 27th of a 26-year-old Flint man. He's one of the 14 stabbings of men in the Flint area. And so this stabbing, he's being charged with assault with intent to commit murder.
Okay, he's on his way, as you can see, in that police vehicle right there with heavy guards around him, and as Robbie said, in a bulletproof vest.